Hello students, this is Latif sir. Today I'll discuss about ISC class 12 chemistry. The topic is electrochemistry. So what is electrochemistry? Electrochemistry is the study of production of electrical energy. That is production of electricity from the energy released during a spontaneous chemical reaction and the use of electrical energy to bring about a non-spontaneous chemical transformation. So electrochemical is electrochemistry is the study of production of electricity from a spontaneous chemical change and the use of electrical energy to make a non-spontaneous chemical change. You have studied about to some extent about electrochemical cell in class 10th, and there you have seen that some chemical reaction occur by passing electrical energy. Now, electrochemical cells. What are electrochemical cells? Electrochemical cells are equipment in which spontaneous chemical change occurs to produce electrical energy, and non-spontaneous chemical change occur by passing electricity or by using electrical energy. So, what are electrochemical cells? A spontaneous chemical process is the one which can take place on its own and a in which a process that gives energy in which the process that gives free energy of the system decreases. It is this energy that gets converted into electrical energy. The reverse process is also possible in which we can make non-spontaneous processes occur by supplying external energy in the form of electrical energy. These interconversions are carried out in equipment called electrochemical cell. Now, types of electrochemical cell. There are two types of electrochemical cell. First one is electrolytic cell and second is galvanic cell. I have studied about electrochemical cell in class 10, and in electrolytic cells converts electrical energy into chemical energy to bring to make a non-spontaneous chemical change. And in galvanic cells converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Huh. Galvanic cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy by spontaneous chemical change. Okay. So first one is electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, current is passed to make a non-spontaneous chemical change. Current is passed a non uh, Current is passed to make a non-spontaneous chemical change. In this type of cell, electrodes are dipped in an dip into an electrolytic solution containing cations and anions. On passing current, the ions move towards the electrodes of opposite polarity, and simultaneously reduction and oxidation take place. And an electrolytic cell can be represented by uh, this following diagram. Hmm. In electrolytic cell, there are two electron. One is known as cathode, another is anode. The right hand electrode is cathode and left hand electrode is anode, and cathode is negatively charged and anode is positively charged, and both the electrode are dipped into a electrolytic solution. And in electrolytic cell, non-spontaneous chemical change occur by passing electrical energy or electricity. And oxidation takes place at anode and reduction takes place at cathode. You have to remember. And second type of cell is galvanic cell. In galvanic cell energy is extracted from a spontaneous chemical process or reaction, and it is converted into electric current. So in galvanic cell produces electrical energy or electric current by a spontaneous chemical change. But in electrolytic cell, electricity is required to make a non-spontaneous chemical reaction. This is the basic difference between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. In electrolytic cell, electrical energy is required to make a non-spontaneous chemical change, and in galvanic cell, electricity is produced after a spontaneous chemical change. And a galvanic cell is represented by this following diagram. It is actually a Daniell cell having electrodes of zinc and copper dipping in the solution of their respective salt. Huh. In this following diagram, you can see that zinc is dipped into zinc sulfate solution, and copper electrode is dipped into copper sulfate solution, and both the solution are connected by a salt bridge. And here copper copper electrode act as cathode and zinc electrode act as anode. But the difference between galvanic cell and chemical cell, I have told that in galvanic cell we will get electricity, and in electrolytic cell uh, we have to use electrical energy to bring a spontaneous chemical change. And another difference between galvanic cell and electrolytic cell is that in electrolytic cell, the cathode is negatively charged and anode is positively charged. But uh, in galvanic cell, the cathode is positively charged and anode is negatively charged. That's opposite of electrolytic cell. So in all type of cell, oxidation and reduction take place. That is, the cell reactions are always a redox reaction. In one electrode, oxidation reaction take place, and in another electrode, reduction reaction take place. Generally, at cathode, reduction take place, and at anode, oxidation take place. In this galvanic cell, that is when zinc dipped in zinc sulfate solution and copper dipped in copper sulfate solution, and both the solution are connected by a salt bridge, and external circuit is complete via wire. There are some spontaneous chemical change occurred. The reaction is zinc zinc plus copper 2 plus in aqueous solution implies zinc Zn2 plus in aqueous solution plus copper solid. Here the oxidation reaction take place at anode, which is the anode is zinc electrode act as anode, and the oxidation reaction is zinc implies Zn2 plus 2 electron, and the reduction half, that is reduction reaction, the reduction half is copper copper 2 plus from copper sulfate solution accept 2 electrons uh, to form copper solid CuS. So in this in the entire reaction, that is zinc plus copper 2 plus ion implies Zn2 plus and copper, both oxidation and reduction reaction take place. That is, you can write the entire reaction in two half. One is oxidation half, another is reduction half. Here zinc is reducing agent. Zinc is the reducing agent, and copper 2 plus ion is oxidizing agent. The half cell are also known as electrode. The oxidation hub is known as anode and the reduction hub is called cathode. An electron flow from the anode to cathode, flow from the anode to cathode in the external circuit. Anode is assigned polarity, and cathode is assigned positive polarity. In Daniell cell, zinc act as anode and copper act as cathode. Okay, and in this chapter you have to study about Daniell cell, about galvanic cell. Okay, electrolytic cell is not important. Here you have to read about galvanic cell. Now, electrode potential. What is electrode potential? It is represented by E, capital E. So, electrode potential, it may be defined as the tendency of an element when it is placed in contact with its own ions to either lose or gain electrons, and turns uh, in turns become positively or negatively charged. That is, electrode potential is the tendency of an element to uh, to gain or lose electrons when it is when it is placed in contact with its own ions, and turn become positively or negatively charged. The electrode potential will be named as oxidation or reduction potential depending upon whether oxidation or reduction has taken place. If oxidation taken place at one electrode, then the electrode potential is known as oxidation potential, and if reduction takes place at one electrode, then the electrode potential is known as reduction potential. And that is oxidation. We know that oxidation means removal of electron. That is when a metal M loses n number of electron, it becomes Mn plus, and this is oxidation. And the potential of the and the electrode potential of this oxidation is known as oxidation potential. And for reduction reaction, that is when Mn plus ions, reduction means accept of electron, gaining of electron, or addition of electron means reduction. So metals ion Mn plus when accept n electron plus Ne to become a metal, that is M solid. The potential of this reduction reaction is known as reduction potential. And the characteristic of electrode potential is both oxidation and reduction potential are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. Both oxidation and reduction potential are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. And it is not a thermodynamic property, so value of E are not additive. One thing you have to remember that both oxidation and reduction potential, as both the oxidation and reduction potential are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign, you can easily convert the oxidation potential into reduction potential by giving opposite sign. Okay, now standard electron potential. What is standard electron potential? It is represented by E0, and it may be defined as the electrode potential of an electrode determined relative to standard hydrogen electrode under standard condition. Standard electron potential, it may be defined as the electrode potential of an electrode determined relative to standard hydrogen electrode under standard condition. And the standard conditions uh, conditions are 1 molar concentration of each ion in the solution, and the temperature is 298 Kelvin or 25 degrees Celsius, and the pressure is 1 bar pressure for each gas. These are standard conditions, and the uh, electrode potential at standard conditions measured relative to standard hydrogen electrode is called standard electrode potential. And according to IUPAC convention, standard reduction potential are now called standard electrode potential. So according to IUPAC, as according to IUPAC, the standard reduction potential are called standard electrode potential. That's why you have to convert the standard oxidation potential into reduction potential. Hmm. It is easy to convert. You have to change the sign of the electrode potential. Now electrochemical series. What is electrochemical series? Every electrode has a standard electrode potential, which is measured relative to standard hydrogen potential, and the half cell potential values are standard values and are represented as standard reduction potential values as shown in the table, which is called electrochemical series. So this is a electrochemical series, and different electrode has a different standard reduction potential, and the series uh, in this series the electrodes are arranged on the basis of standard reduction potential. Okay, in your book you can see the you can see this series standard reductor potential series. Okay, now cell potential or EMF of a cell. The difference between the electrode potential, that is the reduction potential. Here electrode potential means reduction potential. Okay, if a electrode if a electrode potential given in terms of oxidation potential, you have to convert first the electrode potential into reduction potential. Okay, the difference between the electrode potential, that is, here the electrode potential is taken as a reduction potential of two half cell of a galvanic cell is called cell potential, and it is known as electromotive force or EMF of the cell if no current is drawn from the cell, and it is measured in volts. So cell potential is the difference in electrode potential between two half cell of a galvanic cell, and it is measured in volt. So you can write electrode potential, cell potential, that is E cell. It is represented as E cell. E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. That is reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. In some books, it is written as E cell is equal to E cathode plus E anode, where E anode means E anode means oxidation potential, but as I have given E cathode minus E anode, here E cathode always reduction potential, but E anode, if I give positive sign between E cathode and E anode, then E anode is taken as oxidation potential. But but if I write minus sign in between E cathode minus E anode, then you have to uh, you have to remember that the electrode potential of anode is taken in is taken as reduction potential. And now it is now an accepted convention that we keep we keep the anode on the left and cathode on the right while representing the galvanic cell. It is convention. You have to place the cathode always cathode on the right and anode on the left. Okay, and E cell is E cathode minus E anode, or E right minus E left. And next day I'll say about how to represent a cell. Okay,